Most Amazon sellers think that if you just get more sales, your keyword ranking will go up and your listing will appear higher on the search results. But that's far from the truth, as you probably spend tons of money on PPC, burning through cash, and for some reason, your listing is still stuck on the second and third page for your most important keywords. And that's because Amazon isn't just counting your sales, it's benchmarking every single part of your funnel compared to your competitors on the first page. And if you aren't beating them on that, you will lose out. That's why you see competitors with hundreds of reviews beating out those with tens of thousands of reviews. At AmazeitWorks, we manage tens of thousands of dollars on Amazon PPC every single month, and we know exactly what part of the funnel needs to be optimized in order to increase your sales. So in this video, I'm going to go over the 3 specific things we need to optimize first in order to get your listing to appear higher on the search results. So here are the 3 things we need to optimize for to get your listing to appear higher. The first thing is click-through rate, then it's conversion rate, and it's overall sales velocity. So yes, sales obviously matter at the end of the day. It's the most important thing because Amazon is a sales velocity platform. The more sales you bring for them, the more they'll show you to customers. Pretty simple. But that's only one part of the funnel. That's the bottom of the funnel. We have 2 separate things on top that we need to optimize, and that's click-through rate and conversion rate. So click-through rate, our shop is choosing your listing over competitors in search results. If you have a higher one, you'll perform better. If you have a worse one, you're going to have to spend more on Amazon PPC. Next thing is conversion rate, hand in hand. When they land on your listing, are they actually buying at a good rate? If that's better than competitors, you'll perform better on ads, you'll have a higher ROAS, lower ACoS, and you'll increase your keyword ranking. If it's worse, you have to spend more on PPC overall just to get a sale. And all that feeds into overall sales velocity, so getting more sales on the platform. A key principle is that Amazon doesn't just reward spend. Yes, they want you to spend tons of money on Amazon PPC, but it rewards performance because you can spend the most on PPC, but if your listings aren't driving any actual sales, they're not going to show you to more customers because you aren't making them any more money. They'd much rather show to someone else who is actually spending money on ads and converting customers. So that's why it's a combination of spend, sales velocity, and overall performance. So I like to call this Amazon Marketing 101, and this is what I show to pretty much every brand I hop on a call with. We have impressions, click-through rate, conversion rate. If one part of the funnel is broken, you're not going to do as well as you think, and your listing isn't going to increase its keyword ranking. So impressions is a bunch of things. How do we get more eyeballs? Well, there's a bunch of things. External traffic, like maybe TikTok shop marketing, email marketing, meta ads, or Google ads, whatever. But on Amazon specific, we have Amazon SEO, okay, then we have Amazon DSP and PPC. For most people, the thing is going to be PPC. We have to optimize and get more clicks for our most important keywords. Now, once we have customers looking at our actual product, and they need to click on it. And this is where click-through rate comes into play. So for that, we have your main image, making sure it's the best thing ever, showcasing all of our value. We have a very competitive price or coupons. We have very good reviews, ratings, and any Amazon badges, and then also discounts and coupons because we need to get the click. Understand this, you're competing with 30 other competitors on a single search page. So if we do not stand out, we will never win. Last thing is conversion. Like I said, Amazon will only reward you if you're actually converting at a good rate. So make sure your listing is fully optimized. We have good images, video ads, UGC content, premium A+ content, bundles, good reviews, everything. Make sure it's as lucrative as possible because the conversion feeds back into higher keyword ranking because it's overall more sales velocity for the platform, which is very, very simple. So if your sales aren't growing or your keyword ranking is stuck, no matter how much you spend on Amazon PPC, one part of your funnel is broken here. Real quick, if you need help with all of this, just hop down below to get your free Amazon growth audit where we'll break all this down for you in your brand and see exactly what's holding back your sales. So if you're interested in that, hit the learn more button down below. So I'm sure you've seen it before. Smaller sellers outranking giants who are tens of thousands of reviews, probably spending more on PPC, but somehow they're appearing higher on the search results. Well, it's because they're sending Amazon better conversion data, better signals, better click-through rate, better ad performance, probably more external traffic because they love external traffic, and you have a good conversion rate. So you can always win even if you're a new seller or you don't have as many reviews or the cheapest option compared to your competitors, as long as your funnel is fully optimized and it's performing at a good level. So here's a quick check I want you to do right now. You can pause this video and do it right now. Before you spend a single extra dollar on a keyword, you need to do this. Can you actually compete? So open page 1 for your target keyword. So typically this is your most important keyword, very specific, that has a ton of search volume. Now when you do that, look at every listing above the fold, even yours included, and ask yourself honestly, or even get one of your friends, family, someone, your company member, whatever, to look at it and see, is my product better? No bias. Showcase it and see exactly, will someone click on my listing instead of a competitor's? If they don't, well, you need to fix something, whether it's your main image, your title, your SEO, your pricing, reviews, discounts, whatever. Maybe you don't have good quality, okay? Optimize that first, because if you won't buy your own product, you can't expect customers who have tons of options to buy yours, okay? If you realistically can, then you can move forward with ranking higher on keywords and being a little bit more aggressive. But if you don't pass that test, you'll never scale and you'll just waste lots of money on Amazon PPC. So literally type your main keyword in, make sure you're on mobile because everyone buys on mobile. So you can use a tool like this and just pull it up. And then scroll till you see your listing or everyone else and see why would someone buy yours. For example, this banana boat is awesome. I can read buy to and save, and obviously it's very strong. So if you're scrolling and for example, you see your listing and it's not appealing to the general eye, you can't read the text on it, it doesn't show any value, it's pretty expensive compared to the competition and it doesn't justify it, be very realistic because if you can't decide whether to buy your own product, customers aren't going to do it. So this is a very simple test that you want to do first. Now let's say we have a good listing and we're trying to increase our sales. Then the next step is figuring out how many sales we need, sales velocity for a specific keyword to rank. So here's the numbers you need to know beforehand. Right now, what are your current sales for that keyword? So go into whatever tool you're using, Helium 10, Jungle Scout, where you're tracking your sales for each keyword, which you should be at all times, and see how much you are doing right now. Then we can see exactly how much you're spending on that keyword. So you go with the last 7-14 days, look at that. And the next thing is look at your click-through rate versus the market. Let me show you exactly how you can do this. So how you do this is go to your Amazon brand analytics. So this is for one brand. Let me show you an example. We can look at each keyword individually and see how our funnel is performing, our impressions, our click-through rate, and our conversion rate. So for example, you want to look into all the keywords you have a really good click-through rate and conversion rate compared to the market average. You have to look here. This is 15% compared to 4%. We know these keywords are very good for us and we should spend more on ads. This is literally the best data you can ever have on Amazon. It's so clear to the point and you can see which keywords you underperform on and which keywords you overperform on so we can spend more on ads. So then you know you're not just throwing money blindly on Amazon PPC. Now using that, if we see that we're above average on those metrics like your click-through rate, conversion rate, sales velocity are good, you want to scale your budget on those keywords, okay? Because based off the data, we should perform well and we should achieve higher search results for our product. Now, if it's below average, if we're not performing good on that, maybe don't run as so much aggressive ads on that or fix it first, then try to scale your ad budget. So try to improve your main image for that keyword, your conversion rate, whatever. Then you can try to improve your overall ad budget. But you don't want to do blindly. You want to fully fix both things first instead of just increasing your ad budget. And let's say we want to rank on that keyword. I recommend you put that one keyword in one single campaign with a specific budget because we're trying to be a little bit aggressive on this keyword based on the data. It should perform pretty good, okay? And just focus on that keyword for your top SKU, top whatever, and be a little bit aggressive if you have to, right? If we have good click-through rate, good conversion rate, it's fine to have a little bit aggressive top of placement because we just want to be aggressive in trying to rank higher on this keyword so we can make up for it in the long run and get more organic sales. Now, when you're doing this, I don't want you to be super scared about having a high ACoS. So many brands are like dying when there's a high ACoS. I've seen so many brands crush it with a high ACoS, and that's because it's very specific. When you're trying to rank on a keyword, you would typically be a little bit more aggressive to appear higher on the search results, and that's totally fine because in the long run, you're buying rank, and rank is what generates compounding organic revenue that makes your overall toggles drop down. And we only care about toggles because that shows exactly how our overall campaigns are performing. So it's totally okay as long as you see your keyword rankings are improving. Now let's say you start ranking higher on a keyword. Most people make a mistake and they think they just got it and they got to maintain. No, that's not what it is. It's a very competitive scale and your competitors will try to take those keyword rankings again because you have to consider there's different search volume at every single month, different sales velocity, different keyword ranking, everything. So you want to be adjusting spend proactively, maybe increase the budget more, decrease it based off the season, but overall, make sure you are tracking your keyword ranking and how many sales you are actually generating on that keyword consistently. So to finish off, just understand Amazon keyword ranking isn't just spending more money on ads, it's overall better performance in your funnel. So make sure your funnel is fully optimized first before increasing your budget and trying to improve your keyword ranking. Now, if this is all a little bit too much to handle, you have a very big catalog, so much ad spend, and you don't know how to do this, get your free Amazon audit by booking a call with me or my team members down below, where we'll go through your entire catalog, where you're wasting money on ad spend, how to improve your listing, and which keywords we can rank higher for. So if you're interested in that, hit the learn more button down below, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.